G'day guys, Carlisle here. I've had a few comments on the channel and I've been talking to people out the bush, and one thing that comes up a few times is how difficult it can be to pack up camp in the morning, particularly if you're swagging it. So I'm going to show you guys a couple little tips how to pack your swag, because I reckon if you get this stuff, you learn it once, you'll know it for the rest of your life. It'll make that morning pack up that little bit easier, and most importantly, it'll make your swag fit in the bag. All right, so the first thing that I usually do when I'm packing up a swag is take my pillow out. Now, you can leave your pillow in there. Most of them will be able to squeeze into a bag, but for demonstration purposes today, I'm gonna make it a little bit easier on myself. I'm taking my pillow out, put it into the car. Next, we're gonna roll down the windows and stuff, because this just makes it a little flatter when I pack it up. One of the best things about these Darchi dome swags, and the dusted on especially, is that they give you a lot of mesh. Now, I spend a lot of time up in the tropics where it gets hot at night, and I love having as much airflow as possible. So you see what I'm doing with the poles here as I take them out is I'm going to tuck them into the canvas rather than just putting them in the bag or something, because I find as these things get thrown around up on the roof, back off the roof, this is going to protect these poles so they don't break in transit. They're pretty durable, and nothing out here is indestructible, not even the cruiser eventually. So, now we've got a flat swag to work with. Now this seems to be the tricky point for most people. And there's really one little secret that's going to make this whole process go a little bit smoother. And it all starts right here at the very, very start. If you don't get this right, the rest of it's going to be a lot more painful. So I reckon the secret here is to get one good tight roll on the inside. Think of it like a paper towel roll. If you have a hole in the middle, that roll is going to be a lot bigger at the end. So what we're doing is making the hole in the middle a lot smaller. And the way I do that, this is easier of course to two people. Two people, you can get a guy on either end. But I'll show you how to do it with one. It works really well for me. So I'm just going to get a nice tight roll, like I'm trying to roll a piece of paper up as tight as it'll go. Just grab half the swag, get it in nice and tight, put my knee on there just to hold that first little curl. I'm going to do the same thing on this end. Again, nice and tight. Don't let it sit flat. We want a nice round tight roll. Put my knee there. Now generally I'll give each side a couple more rolls before I just move to doing the whole thing. So 1, 2, 1, 2. Now I'm only using my knee to keep weight on it, to keep it nice and tight so it can't slide up over itself. And I'm going to roll it all the way up. And there you go. Now that's easily about half the size of the bag that it comes in. I'll show you one more little trick to make this process a little less painful for you on the side of the track, or the side of the highway, or wherever you find yourself in a swag. Now, these turnbuckles are great. We've all used them on swags and motorcycle helmets and everything else. My method is a little bit easier, and it adds a handle to the side of the swag. So I just run my straps through the turnbuckles, give it a granny knot, give it a little half turn, pull the loop through, and that's gonna hold my swag tight, give me a handle. All right, so hopefully this slides right in here. I'm gonna have to do it all over again. Now I've done my roll a little long, and you see the ends are hanging out loose, but once I tuck them in there, you'll see that swag goes into the bag. Super easy. Just have to push it down to the bottom. And now I've got heaps of room for my tarp, probably half another swag in there. So that, my friends, is how you roll up a swag to fit into the bag with no worries. If you guys want to check out more tips on how to make camping life a little bit easier, follow our travels. Check us out on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and fulldrivetouring.com.au. Cheers, see you down the track.